Yes, it's a very and a warm welcome to you people who are very interested in our YouTube channel. My name is Danton Gasigwa. I'm holding with a person called Tresor Shanenda saying, Amor,
Peace.
how is life?
Yeah, I'm good.
Life is good, eh?
Life is good. We're chilling home,
Yeah, sure.
but following up what's going on around,
Yeah.
especially in this region, the East African region. When we talk about the East African region, many people will refer to the DRC situation,
Sure.
where
By the way.
the M23 rebels are taking over some territories,
Sure.
more territories. Last week, we witnessed the takeover of the M23 over the city of Goma, but now they are advancing via many channels. They are advancing towards to take over the Bukavu city, which is considered like capital of South Kivu.
Sure.
It is a meaningful advancement, and it is a meaningful move internationally. But amid those advancement of M23, there are many things happening around, and concerning the talks, the dialogues and meetings. Like,
Yeah, no, before you proceed,
okay.
Yeah, at least people of Goma, maybe some people, they may be, or they might be listening to this for the first time. What happened? Who are those M23 rebels? What are they fighting for, according to your information?
According to my information, I will refer to what they say themselves. They say that it is a labor group which takes the origin from the agreement signed the 23rd March.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, it was in 2009, if I'm not mistaken. It was an agreement between the rebel group CNDP, which was agreeing things with the government of Kinshasa. So that agreement included many points, many points that referred to the agreement of the government to integrate the army of CNDP in the national army, giving the peace to Congolese in eastern Congo, especially the Banyamulenge and other Tutsi.
The people who are speaking in Rwanda.
Yeah, the Rwandophone actually. When you want to get the real situation, it is easy to refer to Rwandophones. The Rwandophones, the people speaking Kinyarwanda in Eastern DRC, but more specifically Tutsis, because Tutsis were claiming that they were not considered like citizens, full citizens of Congo. They were denied many rights, like rights to live freely, to speak Kinyarwanda freely, the access to the privileges of
joining the army, being a politician.
Yes, but the
Rwandophones.
The Rwandophones had many difficulties to express themselves in their lives, their current lives, to the point that the government had the laws applied to them. Even in the time of Mobutu, Mobutu has set the laws that said that those Rwandophones are not Congolese, and they had to quit. They had to leave their lands, their ancestral lands actually, and flee to Rwanda. Because they were considered like Rwandese.
And that's why in Rwanda there are almost 100,000 of refugees.
There is a part of Congolese which are considered like Rwandese or refugees in Rwanda, but actually many of those, there are among those there are people who adapted to the Rwandan life. They consider themselves like Rwandans. They have IDs. They have everything to be Rwandan.
So let's skip to the current situation.
I didn't explain it properly. You wanted just to know the origin of
this conflict.
Those M23. M23 are Congolese. M23 being Congolese, it means it is a rebel group that were initiated with a name of fighting for rights of those Rwandophones there, just to express the will of defending themselves like Congolese people. We own this land, it is our ancestral land, because those lands were in another time considered like a Rwandan kingdom territories. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah, I understand.
So when the Bahrain
Conference,
the Bahrain Conference took place,
I think it was in 1970 something.
1870.
It was 1870 something.
Yes.
If I recall it well.
So people sat in Bahrain. That's why it is called Bahrain Conference.
They called it Scrum and Partition.
Yes.
Yeah.
They divided Africa according to their will, according to their political ambitions, considering the wealth, the under earth. In French they call it the ressources souterraines, things that are beneath, that are inside the ground. So they considered that like conventional territories of Congo, but actually before that Bahrain Conference it was a kingdom of Rwanda. So dividing that land and minimizing Rwanda, we know it is our area. It is almost 2008.
It was today.
Today I'm speaking about
2600.
Yes,
26,000
and
38,800.
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
Kilometers squared.
So before that, it was very far different from the area we have right now. So those people they found themselves beyond the territory of Rwanda.
The boundaries.
The boundaries of Rwanda. But actually they were Rwandese. Okay, let's consider that they were Rwandese, but now they are Congolese, according to the Bahrain Conference.
Sure.
So the government of Kinshasa, in the first place, there was no problem. But now, even since many years ago, they started discriminating those people, telling them that they are not Congolese because they speak Kinyarwanda. They have a culture of Banyarwanda. They are Banyarwanda actually.
Yeah, sure.
But now they are Congolese by territories, by boundaries. So those borders, you cannot talk about today's conflict without insinuating that fact.
Sure.
of boundaries, of borders. So now, the M23, they are courageous people that decided to take arms to remind the government from Kinshasa that they will put aside. So now we are talking about the conflicts. They are taking cities. Actually, when you hear their readers, the IFC reader, Corneille Nangaa, who is a Congolese,
without even speaking Kinyarwanda.
Yes, he's not a Rwandaphone, but he is someone who decided to join his forces to the M23 because he believed in their cause. Now, he's taking over cities and he's promising Kinshasa to go up to Kinshasa.
The ambition is to capture the whole country.
Yes, to capture the whole country, to take off the administration of Tshisekedi, who is a legitimate leader of this country. But actually, those ambitions leads to the securing the rights of those Rwandophones, including the whole country, because he's bringing up another factor of Tshisekedi being a dictator. If he is a dictator, it is a concern of all Congolese, not only Congolese of Eastern Congo.
So according to you, according to you, today they signed some agreements. What do you expect from there? Is M23 ready to stop?
Not M23. M23, first of all, it was not represented in this summit.
So which means, not even concerned.
Yes, which means, yeah, it is a comic thing, according to me, because many agreements were made in Rwanda, and M23 were held afterwards, saying that those decisions do not concern us because we were not consulted, we were not represented, so we are not concerned at all. It is the same case here. But before jumping to that point, I would like to go through the communique. There is a communique of the joint EAC SADC summit of heads of states and government, which was held in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. So the point one was the joint summit of the heads of state, government, and of East Africa Community and the Southern African Development Community, SADC, here in after called Joint Summit, met in Dar es Salaam in United Republic of Tanzania on 8th February 2025 in a cordial atmosphere to deliberate on security situation in the Democratic Republic of Congo. This is not a point actually, it is a review of what was happening there. But the point two was the joint summit was co-chaired by His Excellency Dr. William Ruto Samoei, President of those are representatives of the countries and some positions they occupy. So the point three, the joint summit was attended by the following heads of states. I'm not gonna go through this list, it is very long. And point four, the opening session of joint summit was attended by His Excellency Musa Faki Mahamat, chairperson of the African Union Commission. This person, let me tell you, I was seeing many...
Mahamat?
Yeah, Mahamat was called out, was expelled from the reunion, from the summit.
Why?
But the order was given by an anonymous person. I didn't see who decided to tell Mahamat to go out. but actually it might be something serious. Right now, no further information was given about how and why, but we will surely know it. But while talking about this summit, you cannot ignore this fact, because it is something unusual.
Sure.
Yeah, it is unusual. So the point 5, it is the Executive Secretary of SADC, His Excellency Mr. Elias Magosi, and Secretary General of the EAC, Her Excellency Veronica. Okay, let me jump to
the points. Decisions made.
Yes. Okay. Point 6, the joint summit noted that both EAC and SADC summits held 29th January and 31st January respectively, recognizing that they have both been involved in the process of bringing lasting peace and security in Eastern DRC, that called for an immediate joint summit. They were talking about the origin of this summit, because there are two previous summits who didn't come to a tangible solution that made this summit to happen actually. So the joint summit expresses concern on the deterioration security situation in Eastern DRC, which has resulted into the loss of lives, creating a humanitarian crisis, as well as suffering of people, in particular women and children. This is a point that insinuates that in Congo, in Eastern Congo, there is a crisis, a humanitarian crisis. When you speak to Congolese people right now, in Goma and other territories that went through this confrontation of many armies, several armies, when we're talking about this conflict, you will find the M23, which is our main actors. You will find the FRDC in joining forces with the FDLR, joining forces with the Burundian army, with the SADC army, with actually
There was a Lendo.
the Wazarendo, those foreigners, mercenaries, but they were expelled and went home.
The Black Waters and the who are they? Those people from Russia. Black Waters, they were from America.
Okay.
And the other ones, the bad ones.
The bad
from
ones
Russia,
from Romania.
And no. From Romania, they are the people who were paraded, but there were others who didn't even want to parade on the camera.
Okay.
Who are they? I will remember.
They are notorious one.
Fool.
Okay. The joint summit also expressed condolences for the loss of lives in recent attacks, and also wished a speedy recovery to injured. In this summit, they took some moments to commemorate and
To
remember and pray for the quick recovery of the injured. But coming back to the previous point, lives which are lost, it is lost. We cannot bring the dead from the dead. But also there is a situation which is a concern even now of women and children, women that are claiming to be raped, to be brutalized in a unhuman situation, conditions. It is still something to
different violence acts.
Yeah. But in many worlds you will find victims like this. So it's like here violence, human violence, actually sexual violence is being used like a war act, which is condemnable, condemned by the international laws. If the FRDC, the army of DRC, were capable of defending their territory, we wouldn't be here talking about the M23 and their conquest. Why are they realizing conquest? It is the failure, it is the weaknesses of the army. Because in Rwanda, for instance, they did some attempts, those FDLR, they did their attempts to take some parts, but they failed because the army of Rwanda was very vigilant, very powerful.
And that's why the foreign minister Kaikwamba always say that the attack we had, it was a very serious attack because Rwanda invested so much money in weapons and equipping the army. So
let's say that Rwanda is backing.
If I put my shoes in the if I put my feet in the shoes of Tshisekedi or Kaikwamba, Rwanda defeated.
Yes. If you say that, it is very, very equivalent to saying that if the army of FRDC was to be confronted with the army of Rwanda, the winner is obviously Rwanda, because they say that Rwanda is backing M23. And let's imagine the scenario that there is no M23. It is an army of Rwanda. So the story was...
Could be another one.
Yeah, could be another one. So it means that they admit that Rwandan army is very powerful, far powerful compared to theirs.
Anyway, we are not having a lot of time to score all the points they discussed. I think we will also have another time for this.
But there are main points not to skip. It is said that the CDFs, those are chiefs of
defenses.
Yes, commanders of
commander in chiefs.
Yes, commander in chiefs of the armies. They are meant to meet and discuss about these ceasefires and cessation of hostilities, where each army will see how they contribute. They can contribute about this. Another point says that the measures or the SADC mission will still go on, because here in the it is which point? The SADC were saying that they will continue to support the DRC government and DRC army to protect their sovereignty and their territory, which means if there is a mission going on, this mission won't stop. So another thing is that when you see it, I'm a little bit lost here.
You know, before even you go through that, SADC will continue, the mission of SADC.
Yes.
And the situation between Rwanda and South Africa is not good. And even when in your explanations, I didn't even hear you commenting or even naming a name, Cyril Ramaphosa and Kagame. What do you think if it continues like this? The SADC is there, and President Kagame says that there is another profit behind the scene of South African army or SADC that are being exploited from there rather than keeping peace over there. What do you think?
In this summit, when they were commemorating the deceased army
People
elements, they called them the peacekeepers, which means officially South Africa is there in peacekeeping mission. So here it means that South Africa, besides the allegations that they are there motivated by other things like minerals or any other kind of promises made by the Kinshasa government, they are stick on the mission, which is a peacekeeping mission. So Rwanda is accusing South Africa to be there over other motivations, but here the South Africa also insists on the fact that they are there and they will remain there because they are defending a country being threatened, being invaded. In their thoughts, they think that Congo was invaded by Rwanda with their proxies of M23. So here...
So comment over the allegations between Rwanda and South Africa. Are all allegations. So the mission is continuing.
Yes.
South African army is still there.
Yes.
Rwanda is still having that kind of... all the allegations and the South African allegations between the two countries, is it going to be easy if they still think that Rwanda is supporting M23, as Cyril Ramaphosa, even not only one time, said that Kagame is supporting M23?
Yes, yeah, there is a reality we must face. It is that Kagame or the Rwandan government says that if someone is called upon to come and assist a national army of FRDC, and you find out that that country is fighting against their own population, their own citizens, which is M23. Because in the first place, we must consider M23 like Congolese fighting for their rights. They are denied rights. So it is a little bit inappropriate to come and help the country to decimate or to fight against their own citizens. So here we have a situation which is complex a little bit, because they see this situation. One part, it is a reality, and even Kinshasa admits it. But another part, they say, no, there are different motives. Those guys, be it they are Congolese, but also they are backed by Rwanda to realize ambitions of Kagame. Even Tshisekedi says it is not an ambition of the whole country of Rwanda. It is one person ambition. So even those guys, they are dying for one person ambitions. So he said even Patrick Muyaya, the minister of communication there, he said that another time on France 24, he was saying if Rwandese were able to express themselves, were able to take the decisions on their own, they wouldn't allow Kagame to lead them. But Kagame is a dictator. Even in elections, he grabs all the votes for himself.
Up to 99.9%.
This is an unreal situation. So for them, they think that everything happening in Rwanda, it is a will of one person. Who is that person? It's Kagame. So here we have a situation where Cyril Ramaphosa is convinced that Rwanda is backing the M23, and he is the proxy of the Western countries, America, France, and other countries, Western countries. So that's where, remember, he's being in quarrels, different quarrels with Trump, with Elon Musk, with several countries. Here there is another point that
over the land alienation.
The confiscation of lands in South Africa, but also there is another thing that the people do not say openly, but South Africa is the only country that engaged in pursuing the Israeli government, accusing them for committing genocide in Gaza. So this is a crucial thing, that Israel is backed in all things by the Americans. And when you attack Israel,
and making it bad, South Africa joined the BRICS.
You must expect the backfire from US. So their confrontation is being found in two different areas.
What should be taken by either side?
Rwanda is on its original position, and it will defend its sovereignty, its territory, and Congo should consider M23 like their own citizens and sit on the table of conversation, table of dialogues. M23 versus the Kinshasa government. Kinshasa government, it is up to them to agree with sitting with M23. It is a thing that I saw several MPs or deputies in their how do I call it?
Member of parliaments?
Yes, some member of parliaments were advising the country that maybe it is the time, the real time of sitting or dropping some kind of pride from the government and allowed to sit with M23 and negotiate. So this is one of the points, the important points that all the countries are urging Kinshasa to sit on the table of dialogues with the M23 and find a solution, because the solution will surely be from the dialogues, not from arms, from conquests. So another thing is that Kinshasa must consider this like a way out from this question, from these problems. But another thing is that FDLR must be eradicated for Rwanda to be at ease, be peaceful. Another thing is that Burundi and other countries sending troops there, they should stop. Even some SADC members have withdrawn their troops.
But for Burundi, they have a direct relationship.
Burundi is another case, because Burundi is fearing that M23, if M23 conquests,
captures
Bukavu. The Bukavu, they will allow the Red Tabara to take the initiative to attack Burundi. So Burundi is motivated on two sides. There are agreements with Tshisekedi. I don't know what he promised them, but also they are looking up for their security, for their own security. They think that sending troops to defend Congo, it is at the same time defending their own territories. Because they don't want to allow the Red Tabara to be prevailing and to gain forces and the good atmosphere to attack Burundi. So here,
for SADC and East Africa, right now they are like a military policy in between.
SADC and East Africa.
Yeah, in the situation they are looking like a military policy there. What should they do as we are coming to an end of the show?
Okay, SADC and East Africa community, they are on the right track, because this summit we are talking about, it is a joint summit of SADC and EAC. So SADC is persisting, saying that they will continue their mission. Considerably, South African troops are the more important troops there. And by the way, they have among them 14 deceased, and 2 from Malawi and 2 from Tanzania. Well, even allowed to take those deceased people to their original lands. But now what we are talking about, according to your question, is that they should join forces, they should join visions. I don't mean East Africa is no longer there. Actually, the withdrawal of East African troops was a failure of East African community. But if SADC is there, it is upon them to see if they can play a role of peacekeeping, not being belligerent. Being belligerent is taking a position, taking a side, and fight. Whereas it was supposed to be a peacekeeping missions, just standing between the two parties.
So they don't have to attack.
Yeah,
at least
they should be.
Their mission is a defensive mission.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they attack them, they can defend themselves or defend people.
Yeah.
Local people.
So here,
but attacking, they stop attacking.
We have a different situation there.
Yeah.
They are accused of joining themselves to the FRDC and attacks. They undergo some attacks. They attack M23.
Yeah.
So M23, while defending itself,
it killed some.
Yeah, they must defend themselves, and when you defend themselves, you defend yourself.
You kill.
You kill. You aim at everyone attacking you, including the DRC.
Sure.
So here we have this situation. Let's see where things head to. Preferably, they can review these decisions or resolutions, and all parties involved are called upon to take actions, to take action, to see if the solution may come up with an end of hostilities and the comeback of peace in Eastern DRC.
So, ladies and gentlemen, who we were together, I think we are going to an end of the show. Chanel.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think I've been a little bit talkative, but
no, it was so right.
It was worth it.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So I think the other time.
Don't forget to tell them, keep following us, keep subscribing,
and share the links.
Even in the comment, you can tell us what to improve. And I take this moment to apologize for my poor English. My English is not poor, but the way to express it, it's not an unusual thing.
So next time, tu vas parler au français.
No, even French is better, but
according to the target of our audience.
Yeah, we are targeting audiences abroad, overseas. So allow me to take this initiative. If you find that I'm not good at English, every kind of advice, every kind of correction is welcomed.
Really. Thank you very much.